Bafethu naku kwenzeka malunga nokutransfera kuka Cat Matlala from eKhosi Prison to eBongweni Supermax eKokstad. Apha ngo-day 2 uGeneral Gen-Mkhwanazi kuMadlanga Commission uke walikubiza mani igama leBongweni Correctional Service. Mamelani kwenzela sengabi confuse isuka phi lento lena. Buyela umva kancinci. Ku-day 2 wakhe kuMadlanga Commission. Hayi ke kuthethwa malunga nento ba kunemigila mkhuba phansi koba abantu baye committee crime umuntu afumana ibail athe saphume ngebail ya committee enye kube yenye phezulu kwenye nani na. As a result lonto yenza umsebenzi wasesiphoyiseni ubenzima. Uyaze yathi ke ngokulento DPP i-Director of Public Prosecution yase KZN wake uke wafika naye pha kuMadlanga Commission uAdvocate Resen waba nama recommendations akawenzayo since mosi kwaba khona la arrangement eyenziwayo kwi prosecutors ne political killings task besakho babudlelwane uba okay ukwenzela icases zabo zibe nakuqina into abangayenza kwaba khona ubudlelwane babenza ke ifaka ne-interministerial committee yonke lonto leyo. Hayi ke kubudlelwane babo waba ne-recommendations akazenzayo u-Advocate Harrison ezithi ezi recommendation eyokuqala wathi bazaba ne-court ezi-dedicated kubo. Wathi yesibini recommendation bazaba nama-prosecutors azadila nje ne-case okanye azafocusa more kwi-cases ze-political killings task team. Eyesithathu kwathiwa kuzaba khona i-correctional facility, i-correctional service center ezadila ne-suspect ezidilwa yi-political killings task team. Buzani igama layo yini lo correctional service kwathiwa yiEbongweni. So iBongweni lena yenye yiyo phofu yodwa ekhethiwe njenge prison ezagada isuspect ethi political killings idile nazo. Could that be the reason why Cat Matlala emuvelwe pha? Andikho sure. Then AS4 kuzaba khona namaphoyisa azawufocusa abe dedicated ekuba yi-part and parcel yale team ye political killings task team ke sharp. So kwezi recommendations zakhona igama leBongweni lavela apho into yoba i-suspect AP nayiphi ephofu i-political killings task team edila nayo, investigatana nayo okanye i-case yayo edilwa yi-political killings task team, lo suspect izathatha ilahlelwe phi eBongweni. Bafethu kuthiwa kudlalwa pha, kuthiwa akuyilibuyayo pha, akuna clever pha, even imali ayisebenzi pha, akuna ma-favors pha, awuzuthetha nabani, akuna buhlobo pha. Mamelani reasons zoba ke ngoku kuze kube kukhethwa leBongweni. It is because uchilo uGeneral Gen-Mkhwanazi uthi it's because bazakwazi ukumonitor suspects zabo pha, bazakwazi ukuthi bazi into bangubani ongene waphuma ezobona isuspect yabo pha. As a result nabazafuna ama-affidavit wo Cat Matlala abaziwafumana nje bengazange uGeneral Mkhwanazi. Whether kuze amagqwetho okanye kuye bani lo muntu oyile nabani oyapha kuthiwa ugadwa umuntu 24/7 pha, akho chomi akho ntoni. So lento izigebenga zithatha zisuke pha zisuswa from the outside world, kuphela i-connection, kuphela ukuzazi pha. So on my next post I will be covering exactly the life eBongweni because kunomsamaritan ongcwele ondibalisele wathi mina ndisuka eBongweni, ngiyayazi impilo yaphana, andivi ngakubaliselwa. I have been there. That is hell on earth. So kulapho ke ngoku uvusimuzi Cat Matlala esiwe khona. Ithi lento neyiphi suspect inoba kwezizayo ezizamane zibanjwa into lokwenza ne-political killings task team, isisele sazo kuzaba pha because akukho lula into babathini bakwazi still ukupenetrateana nemisebenzi yabo bephanga phakathi.
The first one, dedicated courtrooms ×2 for the processing of the political related cases, one serving the central and northern regions and the other court servicing the Midlands and southern regions of the province. Recommendations 2, dedicated prosecutors ×6 and presiding officers ×3, preferable from outside the province to deal with these cases without delay, fear, and compromise. Third recommendation, the use of dedicated correctional center, in bracket, Bongweni Kokstad Super Maximum Prison, close bracket, already identified by the Minister of Justice and Correctional Service for accused of politically related cases to minimize the risk of interferences. The last recommendation on bullet 4, utilization of police officials to fulfill the function of the security officers for state witnesses on political related cases who are on the Witness Protection Program as prescribed in the Witness Protection Act 112 of 1998, Section 35A, Roman figure 3, and Section 6B.
Thank you. To your knowledge, this being a presentation to the task team and the recommendations are being made to the task team, were these recommendations accepted by the task team?
It's recommendations that were made which to some degree were accepted, except the challenges that were expressed regarding the dedicated presiding officers on the matter, which was required the Department of Justice, the courts especially, as although the minister was part of these meetings, but there was no magistrate, chief magistrate as part of the team. So that is what then the NPA was going to escalate to the court.
And before at least the 31st of December 2024, what was the prevailing position within KZN insofar as these recommendations are concerned? What had been implemented after the task team accepted some of these recommendations or were able to implement them?
I must indicate, Commissioners, that when the team was working up until that period, there has been challenges in some of the presiding officers which led into one complaint against one presiding officer, magistrate, that was registered through the right channels for investigation.
General, I apologize to interrupt. Can we give the commissioners a moment? You don't. Okay, thank you, Commissioner. You may proceed.
I was still saying that there had been some challenges with some of the presiding officers in handling these matters of the task team, which led into one complaint that was registered in Pietermaritzburg against one of the presiding officers. But by and large, the close working relationship between the SAPS and the prosecution team on these cases, the involvement of chief prosecutors as directed by the Director of Public Prosecution, of which I must say when we started she was acting and she became permanent. And when she was permanent, then the structure started functioning well, which happened after the letter of the minister's request to the NDPP. And when the structure started working well, then we started seeing cases being enrolled in court, cases not being postponed for a lengthy period as it used to be before, and majority of cases are being finalized in court within a short period of time. So the improvement, the performance of the courts supports the investigation, and the team is satisfied at this present moment with regard to how the matters are handled in court, and also how the prosecution is involved in guiding the team. And those concerns that the minister had read in written in the letter, which was referred to earlier to the NDPP, citing the challenges that we're experiencing with regard to the decision of prosecutors on matters that we are presenting before them, has been eliminated in that as we are investigating, the prosecution is part of this investigation. So by the time we get to court, we are ready for prosecution. Unlike before when we were raising these concerns, that we're investigating and then hand it over to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor might want to withdraw the case, citing different reasons that made the investigation team to be unhappy. But that has been mitigated by this close working relationship between us. So the situation has vastly improved as a result of these dedicated prosecutors that are part of the team. And also the involvement of correctional services is reflected on the third one, as the Minister of Correctional Service and Minister of Justice and Correctional Service had indicated that the maximum prison of Kokstad would be made available, and as well as a close working relationship between the other facilities in KZN, that has made it easier for the detention and the control of access to the suspects in those detention facilities. And the courts are playing, the correctional facilities are playing a critical role in also monitoring the activities that are happening around the people that are arrested. Visitors that are coming to see them, they are able to share with the team that there was this person who came to visit the person that has been detained. And that allows the team to investigate further the involvement of those people so that it helps us to link them to such a person. There's been a lot of success as a result of that, which we thank correctional services for playing that critical role to help with this investigation, not only just to detain the people, but to assist also with the interviews, making the facilities available for the team to have easy access to correctional facilities to allow the team to be able to investigate.